And I'm going to share another page here. I want you to see this reminder. And we'll say good morning real quick while this is loading. To those of you joining us live in the channel, I saw Scottish Furry Freedom Media, Big Daddy News Wisconsin, Sally Smith, Jen T, Michael Montgomery, Citizen Z, Jim Allen. I hope you can all hear me, and I just realized that I might not have been in the screen, but I hope that you got to see and hear audibly the commentary that I have made. Good morning, many friends. We don't want pop-ups on our phone. We're going to use this little bit from 9 News. There's probably going to be an ad in which I'll mute if there is. Excuse me. So, good morning, friends and lovers, children of all ages. I want you to know that the city of Denver is asking to sit down at the table and talk to one another. For the first time in 5 years, I am achieving the status of being a highly regarded individual, one that might be considered worthy of having a lawyer at the table to talk to me in a real manner. Frankly, I think that I should be expecting my employees to talk to me in a reasonable manner. While I don't know, I'm say out electioneering and practicing my free speech. Either way, we're waiting for this to come live. I want the screen to be focused on, not me. And, you know, usually these things don't take so long. It could be that 9 News is having problems. Let's find out. Yeah, it seems it's just not going to work today. All right, folks, I'm just going to remind you that the Aurora Police Department said that they injected Elijah McClain with ketamine because of his extreme delirium. And look out, good morning. Yeah, electioneering on free speech is public property, Frank. But basically, what I was trying to do is show you Elijah McClain dancing down the street. Why he was saying, "Why are you assaulting me? Why are you abusing me? I'm not a normal individual. I don't hurt people. I'm not like that." Right? So they injected him with ketamine. The cops lied about it. They took photos of themselves doing the wrong things. And it just was disgusting. Okay, so we have a pistol-whipped individual who was, assaulted, as epitome of mediocrity has said. So 2 arrest warrants were issued. I'm in shock and awe. I just don't know what to tell you. I want to go back to sharing. For those of you who are just joining us, we'll share the page so you can see it with your own eyes. The facts of the world are that we are having warrants issued. There we go. I don't want to share the Denver Post. They're fake news. You know, let's go straight to the source. The Aurora Police Department. I don't want to say they're fake news. That's so Trumpish. What I mean to say is that mainstream media struggles to tell the truth on a regular basis, and citizen media needs to be lifted up and propagated. Right? This is why we're on YouTube. This is why we're on TrueTube.live, TrueTube.live. We're broadcasting locally. We're gaining direct communication on these things. And it's been a long time since we've done these things live. So I'm just getting back into it. Here we go. Here's the arrest warrants issued for 2 police officers, and so that's big news. I'm in shock and awe. You're in shock and awe. We're gonna, just be in shock and awe together. Why? Why? Because Elijah McClain was murdered. The Aurora Police Department has a federal mandate to update themselves, right? They have a mandate from the people to update themselves. And Elijah McClain's last words. Let's just hear them. Let's just hear them. Let's just speak them aloud. Let's just talk about this. Because on the evening of August 24th, 2019, Aurora citizen called 911 after seeing Elijah McClain walking down the street wearing a ski mask and flailing his arms, dancing. Friends of McClain interviewed after the incident speculated that his arm flailing was most likely just dancing, as he is believed to have been listening to music at the time of the call. Friends, I don't know about you, but when I walk down the street listening to music, I dance. When I am driving down the street, sitting at a stop sign, I dance. When I'm at the place where music intersects with my life, in order to release the energies that get pent up inside of me, I dance. And you should dance too. So, this is important, and I'm going to get into a couple of things here this morning, so stick with me. But after the 911 caller affirmed that during the call he did not believe McClain was armed, nobody was believed to be in immediate danger. Instead, 3 cops, 3 killers, Woodyard, Rosenblatt, Rodema, arrived on the scene. They arrived armed and dangerous, and within moments, without footage or actual factual knowledge other than one of the officers, Rodema, saying out loud, "He went for his gun." McClain was heard saying, "I can't breathe," a bunch of times. He vomited. He apologized, saying, "I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to do that. I can't breathe correctly." While his hands were handcuffed behind his back, there was a corticoid control or chokehold utilized, which cuts off blood flow to the brain by compressing these arteries in the neck. Elijah went unconscious. He was threatened to have assault by a deadly dog. Cops said that Elijah was acting crazy. And let me tell you something, folks. If you're assaulted by a police officer for no reason, you might act crazy too. On Saturday, I was verbally assaulted, threatened with violence for practicing the peaceful efforts of electioneering, getting signatures for a ballot measure. Why is this important? Because when police act irrationally, we have to hold them accountable. We'll be filing a report on the incident of my free speech being violated. And we will have more civilians at Mile High Stadium this weekend. And I'm going to tell you why. The Rocky Mountain Stadium District. This is a place that exists It's the football stadium district. We'll share a different page with you for a second, folks. I want you to know all the things. So we'll share a different screen. So for Rocco and all the Denver police officers, Chief Paul Pazin, Commander Aaron Sanchez, you'll be getting messages here shortly. It'll probably be in the method of a lawsuit, but we're still discussing an immediate injunction. In the meantime, the Metropolitan State Football Stadium District, aka the District, is a body corporate and political subdivision of the state of Colorado established pursuant to the football stadium. Remember this for a second, folks. I want to stay focused. The death of Elijah McClain. These three officers said that Elijah was acting crazy. So they instructed EMTs to inject him with ketamine. I've done ketamine. You have the ability to do ketamine if you'd like. We have ketamine in Colorado and in many places where it's legal. Small doses. Based on your body size. Not injected. Okay? Snort a line, go off into craziness. Enjoy, relax it, sedative, tranquility. Okay? But when you inject it and it's too much, it can kill you. Just like heroin, meth. You know? Shoot some crank. Get the wrong shit in you, wrong dosage, you'll die. Elijah McClain's death caused all kinds of changes, including rules about ketamine usage. Frank Sturgill, who's on this channel on a regular basis, exposed the Colorado Medical Board's false use of emergency waivers to allow counties and districts across the state to legally authorize the use of ketamine. This use is supposed to be done after an evaluation where an EMT who shows up onto the scene with a victim or somebody in restraint is now in control of the scene and gives officers instructions, including releasing the handcuffs, changing the position of the handcuffs, escorting the patient or the detained into the unit, doing things like taking their blood pressure, having conversations with them, checking on their physical, mental health before making a decided and educated move to inject ketamine. I want to talk about this because the role of the peace officer is to make decisions, to look at this incident, to evaluate the condition, the scene. We're going to get into that on a couple other things here momentarily. I haven't had time to do one of these broadcasts in a while. So, Elijah McClain, they came on the scene, they came on hot, they assaulted him, they killed him. Since that happened, Aurora has been under a lot of scrutiny. We're going to be talking with Amir Allen in the coming days. He was assaulted in Lakewood for sitting in his car, permitted as a resident outside his residence. He was beaten. He's being charged with felonies. We're going to talk with him. We've connected. We're going to do that soon. In the meantime, in honor of Elijah McClain, Aurora is fixing their ways. So, while pistol whipping a suspected victim or criminal, warrants have been issued for the arrest of peace officers. And I want to highlight this because I don't want everything to evolve into the arrest of. I want good cops to be on the force. And that means if you see something, you have to say something. Have you been watching not To Kill a Mockingbird? That's a good thing to watch too. The Mockingjay series lately. It's been on Peacock, I think it is. Where we live in a world where the police state is extreme due to an attempted revolution. People are conscribed to kill one another to keep the peace and remember the failed rebellion. Until, of course, the rebellion takes over and rises again. Well, how do we see these dialogues happening? Well, if we keep our peace officers accountable, and good cops will want to work because they are in a culture where they report bad behavior to one another to the degree that we can trust one another to stop these things while they're happening. I can stop my fellow cop and say, whoa, you're going overboard here. Don't pistol whip this guy. Then we can stop the incident from happening. And we can have internal affairs, and we can have mediation, and we can have mental health evaluations, and we can determine if criminal charges are necessary or if probation is the issue. Right? Because I want the charges to be appropriate to the incident. And if you can't stop in the middle of an incident, be like, whoa, that's wrong, I need to step back, then we don't have a good culture. So that's where I'm at today, folks. And to create that culture, I want to share the Metropolitan Football Stadium District, a taxpayer-funded mutual community space that is designed to be revenue generating so that we have events, including professional football, that supports the Denver community. It supports a 7-county district. It supports the Regional Transit Authority. It has a board of directors. It has an audit committee, capital finance committees. There are public notices posted. There are public meetings. There are news posts. I don't know what this qualification concepts are. It's an old thing. You'll notice that everything on the board of directors is since 2019. There are no new meetings, new things. So the last major press release was Friday, September 6, 2019, in which the football stadium district entered into a 21-year naming rights agreement with Empower Retirement for the Denver Broncos Empower Field at Mile High. Now let's talk about the naming rights. It's a $3 million annual contract with a group located in Greenwood Village, Colorado, annually for 21 years. That's 2 times 3 is $63 million for signage and a 19-year-old 7-county taxpayer-owned facility. Oh my God, it's a taxpayer-owned facility, Rocco. Chief Commander. It's a taxpayer-owned facility. Therefore, we're going to gather signatures there. Empower has the rights to display approved signage and logos in locations around the stadium in designated areas. Empower Retirement has 2,700 employees in Colorado and over 6,500 employees nationwide. Go them. Currently, they are the nation's second largest retirement services provider. I bet you if we look into them, we'll find some things. Maybe they're involved in oil and gas. Maybe they help pollute the planet and they're not practicing all the things. So we'll have to greenwash and we'll have to get them to do sustainable practices, and we'll build into it locally while their retirement and investment shifts. Because you don't play in a $16.3 billion asset community. $16.3 billion in assets without having some problems. So the stadium was initially funded by the Broncos and is a 1/10 of 1% sales tax, which sunsets in 2011. The MFD includes to use the funds for future capital. Some temporary signage is being installed in the stadium. Permanent signage will carry forward. There are naming rights and future services, naming rights. There's a responsibility. There's all kinds of great stuff in here. Okay, Pat Bowden, they did a retirement thing of here. Okay, they have meeting minutes. They have legal and financials, audits, everything that is for a public, right? They have RFPs for food and beverage services. Nothing since 2018. Even though this last weekend, they held a global dance festival. Okay? So, here we are. They have local contact information. There's a phone number, right? Matt Sugar's the Director of Stadium Affairs. Feel free to ask him whether you can come down and videotape events that are happening outside the stadium without a ticket. What you're allowed to engage in as far as free speech. My email's cuttheplastic@gmail.com. He can reach me. I'm glad to talk to him. I wonder, should we just call him now? What do y'all think? How many people are here? I'm not even watching the chat. There's all kinds of things going on in here. Holy cow, folks. And so, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just give him a call. We're a one-party state. It means I have the right to record my calls. So I should turn my call recorder on my phone. Do you have ACR on your phone? It's a good item to have. Before we get there, let's... Did you go back and watch the video about me going to the police department? Please do. Please share that. There's some real gems in there, and I don't have time to edit all my videos like Eric did before he went to jail. But I want you to know. Okay, let's just let's first enable our call recorder so that our calls are protected. Make sure that that's on. Then we're going to make this phone call. And hopefully y'all can hear that ringing. I look for ones in the chat, so let's try that. See if they answer. It's 10 o'clock here. Oh my God, that's so great, Lion One. Everybody should be injected.
You have reached the Metropolitan Football Stadium District here at Empower Field at Mile High. Our office hours are Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m. To reach Gina Francisco directly, press 3. To reach Matt Sugar directly, press 4. Thank you for calling and have a great day.
That's weird.
Wait while I transfer your call.
You have reached Matt Sugar. I may be on another line or away from the office. Feel free to leave a message or give me a try on my cell phone, 303-356-4002. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone.
Did everybody get that?
When we're finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Matt. My name's Brian, and I am calling to find out some things. I'd like to come down to Empower Field and talk to people about some things here in the community. I want to give you my number. And just want to make sure that I understand what the options are for me outside at the football games or any other event. Thank you very much. I look forward to hearing back from you. Well, we left a voicemail on his office number. I didn't catch his cell phone number, so I did my part. We'll see what happens there. That's the Metropolitan District. Now, let's go into that all call recorder that I was telling you about, because I want you to hear something. It's so good. So good. Had a day. When you have a day, you have a good day. And then you gotta just celebrate it. Going backwards in time for just a few days. Today is the... Where did it go? No. Oh, it's on this phone. That's why. Alright, let's get to the all call recorder here. Did you know that I went to the Denver Police Department, and in this I got to get some really good information. I said, where's my phone? And they said, we sent it somewhere else. But let me tell you what happened beforehand. There it is. Ha 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 ha. Here you go, folks.
Good morning.
Good morning, Brian Loma. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Brian Loma. How are you?
I'm well, Commander. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Can you talk to me a little bit? Can you at least give me some info so I can at least have a heads up? You tell the chief you're going down. Like, is there anything you can tell me?
Yeah, I'm going into the police administration building to get my property, and I'm filming it.
Okay. Can you tell me what time you're going down?
Does it matter?
The right guys down there. Well, just so I can have the right guys down there so we can talk with you and just make sure you're good, everyone else is good.
I'm going to be there today.
You won't give me a time, though?
I don't know what time I'm going to be there.
Will you give me a text before you go?
Why?
Like you said,
Last time I told you where I was gonna be, I was arrested because you knew where I was and you had me arrested.
I have never had you arrested.
Huh?
I have never had you
Bullshit.
arrested.
The last time you asked me where I was gonna be, I was arrested for allegedly interfering and obstructing traffic on a warrant. You had everybody outside City Hall waiting for me, harassing the homeless protest because I called you to talk to you about my concerns about the right-wingers doing those kinds of things. So I sent the chief an email. He has a choice. He can send me an email and say, I gave you permission to film today, and I'll be great. Thanks. Right? He can do that. It's his choice. The sign says, unless you have permission from the chief. So if the chief wants to give me permission to film...
From the judge, though.
Huh?
I think that's ruling from the judge.
No. You gotta learn these things, Commander. The one from the judge is
How
from
does
the
this
Lindsay
do this?
Flanagan Courthouse, the City Hall in the areas where the courts are, and the traffic division of the Wellington Webb building.
Not the rest of Wellington Webb, just the traffic
Administration
division.
building today. I am going to get my property, and the courts have already ruled that the sign saying that people can't film in that building is illegal. So
Okay.
I'm going there today, and I just gave the chief an opportunity to send me a permission slip.
All right. I don't know if you're going to get that or not. I don't know. I was just trying to get the right guys down there so that you do not get arrested.
Well, I mean,
Oh, I don't know how you say I got you arrested.
I'm going to be there, 10 between 10 and noon.
10 and noon.
I got a 10 o'clock. As soon as that's over with, it's my intent to go down there. And it's my intent to film my way into that building as I have a constitutional authority to do.
Constitutional authority.
Somewhere in that range, sir. Depends how busy things get. You know how the schedule goes.
I hear you. Brian, I appreciate you. I know you don't believe that, but I appreciate you.
Commander, we'll see what happens today.
All right, man. Be safe.
Thank you.
So, he said it. They're going to be waiting there. That's right, Carol Funk. So, we didn't get arrested that day. You can go back and watch the video. I was with Amazing Audits, Jamie Bates, and I did not get arrested. I did not get arrested on purpose. I wanted to establish that a normal person, me, normal person, with usual fortitude, would go to do something, say, hey, I'm coming down. I want to, look forward to meeting with you. And they would threaten to put me in handcuffs and arrest me. That's what they did on that day. They said, if you walk into this building, you'll be arrested. They lied, saying that the court gave an order about the signs. There is no such thing. And so I'm establishing a pattern, and you can too, locally in your community. I had lots of attention, didn't I, lady? Lady Z, thanks for being here. Lion 1, Carol Funk, Frank Sturgill. I know the Denver Police Department will be watching this video. Maybe even Commander Sanchez will get it through his head. We're going to film in that building before I die. And we'll set state law. And that's just the way it's going to be. So it could be tomorrow. It could be today. I want good cops, which is why we started this video. Because 2 cops didn't behave in the right ways in Aurora, Colorado. And they have an arrest warrant for them. Will I really have time to go there today? We'll see. I don't really know. But what I do know is that there's a press conference, and we got to figure it out. So I got to get some things done. That's a little bit of what's going on in my life. A little bit more of a thing that I wanted to do. John Speedway, good to see you here. Real Sovereign Citizens, glad you have popped your nose in today. I think that one of the things that's important for us all to consider is that the police museum, people who love the cops should be able to take pictures there too, right? I want to take pictures at the police museum. You want to take pictures at the police museum. And I shouldn't have to get advanced permission for them to shut down the police administration building so that I can go in for a private tour. I just don't want it. That's not the world I live in. It's a false expectation. And so as we go back and say hi to Michael Montgomery, Jen T, Sally Smith, Big Daddy News Wisconsin, Scottish Furry Freedom Media, Jim Allen, DC Accuracy, Julia Jane, Citizen Z, Los Alamos Voice, Epitome of Mediocrity, Colorado Lookout. Good morning to all of you. Denise Wynn, glad you're here. Haven't done this in a while. Tara Erickson. And One Hot Gal, I see you there. Window Liquor. McSkin. Want to remind you, 357 Sig Beats 9mm, that if you want one of those autographed Eric Brandt Fuck Bad Cops face masks to wear in public, whether or not you're vaccinated, just to send a message to those in the community that you're going to mask up and go so they can't identify you on your audit, email me at cuttheplastic@gmail.com. We've got a few left. They're autographed with the KF logo on them by the man, the myth, and the legend himself. Rob G, again, hello. I think I've reached pretty much all of you today. So I want to just say thank you for joining us. I'm a citizen in shock and awe today, and you should be too, because we're creating change by demanding accountability by using the people's voice. Thank you for joining me. My name's Brian Loma, a.k.a. Cut the Plastic. And if you get a chance, I want you to do this one time for me. wastenomore.denver.org. Share that in your community right now, wherever you go. And we appreciate it. That's the website right now. I'm asking you to share so we can get more composting and recycling in Denver, Colorado. All round pigs as is pork. I'm not going to jail for it. That's the message today. I should be able to exercise my rights and my freedoms without going to jail for it. So, let's just look at that right there. Let's go to just check it out. Let's just check it out real quick. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Petitioning the government for a redress of my grievances is saying you don't take care of the trash in the right way, and I want you to do it better. Sign my ballot measure so we can vote as a city and county. People who reside here, tell our government that we want a redress and a change. Thank you. Please share wastenomore.denver.org to all your communities so that we'll reach those here by either financially assisting us locally or getting people to get off their katushies. Come and join us, volunteer, and sign up. Thank you so much. Have a great day. My name's Brian Loma, and I appreciate you being here. Oh, I suppose, one last time, wastenomore.denver.org. Let's do it. Let's show you the website. Here's where we are. We're going to go to full screen so you can see everything I look at. And we want to have a couple of things here. We have an official language of the ballot measure. You have a tab where you can volunteer. There's a donate button and a calendar of events. This grassroots ballot measure, let's face it, Denver, it's about time that we address our city's massive waste problem. Compared to other major cities, Denver has one of the worst recycling rates in the country, and many of the city's current policies are making it difficult for residents to do the right thing. Waste accounts for 21% of Denver's greenhouse gas emissions because a huge amount of fossil fuels are used to produce virgin packaging, construction materials like paper, cans, bottles, and concrete. In addition, when organic matter is sent to the landfill, it releases methane, a very powerful greenhouse gas. Increasing Denver's recycling and compost rate is one of the fastest, easiest steps we can take to reach our climate goals. I can't express it enough to you. So that's what I want you to do. Help me change the world. Thank you. Have a great day.